Hello, this is Karia again, and I have a review for you today, the Tombow Dual Brush Pens. This is my first marker review, so I'm pretty excited. Before we get started, some general housekeeping. There's a tip jar up there. There's an Amazon wish list down below. If you guys like what you see, you want to support the channel, those are two ways you can do so. All right, so let's get started and talk about these markers. So these markers are from the company called Tombow. They are a Japanese company. They started in 1913. They create markers, pencils, and other items like related items. There's a really nice Tombow eraser that I saw online that I'm probably going to purchase and review at some point. This is a two-sided markers. They come in sets of 6, 10, and 96. 96 being the complete set. The sets of 10 and the complete set come with a blender marker. Let's see, they are blendable, streak-free. They're best used on watercolor paper. So I'm going to show you some stuff I've done on watercolor paper, and then some stuff, and then we're going to do a little mini tutorial right here with the with the tutorial. And the cap also has a nice little nib to prevent it from rolling. They are odorless and non-toxic, and I really like the fact that they're actually odorless, because a lot of times you get stuff and they say that they're odorless, but they're not odorless. These are actually odorless, which is really nice. So this is the set that was sent to me by the folks at Tombow. Thank you very much for sending this for me to review. This is the Shogun set, which includes all these various markers that you can use, and I assume that these were done with the markers. I have neither the skill nor the talent to create something like that, but these are really fun and flexible markers. They're self-cleaning, so that's really fun, and we're going to use that to our advantage. And they have two nibs. This is a black one, so let me show you on the red one so you'll be better able to see. One of them is like a fine medium bullet point, which I don't really use that much. And then the other one is a brush tip, and the brush tip is mainly what we're going to be using for adult coloring books. I'm going to show you a page that I made. I'm going to be using a page from this book, which I reviewed in the past, and there'll be a link to this review up there. But I'm going to show you some of the things that I've done. These are just things that I did practicing with them and trying them out. And so it was a lot of fun to make these, and I'm going to show you some things on some of the things that I learned on here. So we're gonna use this sheet here, and I'm gonna show you from this sheet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna make the tripod a little bit lower so you'll be better able to see, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I am back, and I'm gonna show you how to create this effect. And this is probably gonna be this is out of all the different effects that I tried, this is my favorite effect. And I tried a bunch of different things on a piece of watercolor paper and trying different things. This is, so I laid down some color, and then I went back over it with a water brush, and I made a mess. And then I tried different ways of creating gradients. But out of all the ways that I tried, this is my personal favorite. So this is the one I'm gonna show you in this particular video. So what you do is you get a non-porous blending board, and Tombow sells one, but I just use the back of the thing that it came in. So in order for this to work, so what you need to know is that these are water-based markers, and that they're self-cleaning, and because they're self-cleaning, you can use that to your advantage. Oh, the other thing that's really nice is they have this little bit here to prevent it from rolling, which I found to be actually quite useful. So in order to make this work, you lay down the darker color on the non-porous surface. So in this case, the darker color is going to be red. That's probably more red than I need for this purpose, but that is okay. I don't need to take all of that up. I'm just going to pick up just a little bit of that red up, and then I'm going to go to a leaf and to a stem, and I'm just going to start with this. And so what it's going to do is, as it's going down, the marker is going to be self-cleaning, and it's going to be the yellow is going to be taking over that red, and it's going to create a nice orange to yellow gradient. And it's not perfect by any means. Once you have a little bit more experience, you can do this much more neatly. And also, doing this on camera is not as easy as you would think it is. It should be, but it's not. So that you then create this lovely gradient, and I can go back in and fill in some of these spots here that I missed. I can go in and fill in some of these missing spots here. And then I will have a nice gradient. So one of the things to making this gradient effect work and using this on coloring book pages to the maximum effect is to, first of all, not pick up too much. Also to start from the darkest, start from the laying down the darker color first and then picking it up with the lighter color. And those are really the two most important things to making this really work well. So, and also some practice too, because, you know, once this is kind of a different medium than we've done before, and this is something different that we haven't done on this channel before, but, you know, practice always really helps and is really powerful. The other thing is, okay, so I am going to pick some of this up, and this one, there wasn't as much red left on the palette. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. That's Sir Stuart over there again causing havoc, even though he's been quiet all day. But that's just this is my life story. So I'm gonna pick this one here. I'm so sorry about that. I am going to pick this one here. Where's the one that I picked out? Oh, here it is. This is the one that I picked out, and I'm doing this one kind of in reverse. So I'm starting here, and then I'm just going back out and trying not to make a mess. Trying not to make a mess. I wish this was easier to do on camera than it actually is. All right, so now you have that, and now you've made some really nice gradients. I don't know if you can see these gradients. I'm gonna pan the camera out so you can see some of these gradients, and you've made these wonderful gradients that when you pull them together, you can create really nice effects. And I keep like a little paper towel by me, and then I just plot this down until I get rid of the red. And then once I get rid of the red, I can recap it and use it later. So another thing that you can do, and because these are water-based, this is really fun because you can just like keep on going like this. And so what I'm doing now is just cleaning up my palette so that my quote-unquote palette in air quotes so that I can use it later. I am going to try something. Maybe try something with the red. I'm gonna try something with the, oh, 1 second, the cat is being really loud. So I'm back. I give the cat some more food even though he got fed earlier, and hopefully this will mean that he will remain quiet during the filming. So I'm gonna do one more time of doing this, but I'm gonna do something a little bit different. So once again, I'm putting down a few lines of the red. And again, you don't really need a lot of lines of the red. When I first started doing, I was just like, and you don't really need that much. You just go in, you pick it up, and I'm gonna do something a little bit different. This is another case where this works really well. You can just go here, and then you can keep going to make these circles here. And then as you progress down the line, the circles will get lighter and lighter, and they'll get less orange and more yellow as you keep going. And if you do it right, you'll get a nice sort of fun transition from red to orange to yellow, and then you'll end with the actual yellow that was there, that's there on the marker. So this is when you use the marker's self-cleaning properties for your benefit and for your pleasure. And then if you want, what you can do, which I don't want to do, what you can do if you want to do is you can then go back in and get some red. And so you can go back in and say get some red and then start back in and go that way. You could do that if you wanted to, but I don't want to. So that this is another way that you can get that transition. And as you can see the difference between here and here, because I'm making more lines, I probably should have picked up a little bit more red than I did pick up, but it still looks really nice and really neat, and you can still get that same effect. So that's one way to do that. There's another There's another thing that I really enjoy doing, and I did this, I had a lot of fun doing this with the green. So what you need now, using the colorless blender pencil, I'm sorry, the colorless blender marker. So what you can do is you can put down the color that you want. So let's say I got some green and I wanted a lighter green, or I even wanted to create a yellow green. I could do that too, but for the purposes of this, let's just say I wanted to create like a lighter green. So I just start here, and then as it goes, it's going to get consistently lighter until there's no color left on here. And you can use that also to create another really fun effect, as you can see here. And you just keep going until you are out of green. So that's another fun effect that you can do. So you just keep going until you don't have any more green on the colorless blender. And you just create a new sort of green to white gradient that way. And that's a fun effect too. Let's say here you wanted to, let's say in this corner here, you wanted to make a lighter green. Let's say you want to make a more yellow green. So then what you would do is, once again, you put down the green. All right, you put down the green, and then, did I touch it? I touched a little bit of it with my finger. Sorry about that. And then you put down the yellow, and then you get it all up with your colorless blender. So you pick all that up with your colorless blender, and now what you'll have is you'll have a different color. So you go back in and you'll see that this color is a little bit more yellow than the previous green that we did. So that's how you can create custom colors this way. So you can use this to create some custom colors that way too. So that's another fun thing that you can do. So I don't know if you can see, but it's definitely a different shade of green that way. So you can do that, and then the more colors you have, the more versatility you have to do this. This looks like this looks a mess, but it's really not. Once that green comes out, then you won't have any more of that older color on there. Although I honestly don't know how exactly to get the blender to be perfectly clean, but that's okay, because you know, as long as it doesn't show in the color, if it has a little bit of the previous color on there, then I'm not too worried by it. So that there's that. So I'm not too worried by it. And then you can buy these colorless blenders separately. I'm probably going to buy a handful of these. So what I'm probably going to end up doing for me is I'm probably going to get the full set at some point. I have to figure out some way to save some money, and I'm going to end up getting the full set plus a couple of spare blender markers. You can also buy these individually. I'm not sure if I told you the price. The price on these is $24.99 for the $24 to looks like $20 to $30 for the set of 10, and then the full set of 96 was on Amazon earlier today for $139. So that's about the retail price on Amazon, and then other places will have different prices. So that is that, and those are just two of the many ways to use these for different effects. And of course, I didn't even show you this, and of course you can just get the marker out. Hold on, hold. Of course, you can just get the marker out and just color and just do the individual color. Just do the color. I didn't even show you that. Just color with them, or just like as one color. Of course, you can do that too. And I'm not sure why I didn't show you that earlier, but you can do that too. So there's that. So you can. That's another way. I'm sorry I didn't show you that. Let's see if I feel like there was one last thing I wanted to show you, and now I remember the last thing I wanted to show you. I will show you in a space that's relatively small. So let's get the green out. So sorry about the reflection there. We'll get some green. We'll put some green down, and we'll pick this green up with the colorless blender once again. So once again, we'll pick this green up with the colorless blender, and we're going to go in this direction. So we're going to go here. We're sort of going in this direction here. so now we're done. So then, once we get this colorless blender cleaned up, or at least as clean as I have been able to get it, then we go back in, and once again we get our blending palette, and we get the blue out. And in this case, I'm going to use the dark blue. I got a dark blue and a light blue. And the more colors you have, the more versatility you'll have, of course, with more things. Like, for example, I didn't get a brown. So I had to, you can, as I showed you earlier, you can mix colors in the palette. So in order to make a brown, I used like a yellow, orange, and then like a few other colors. And I made a brown, and I put it on there with the colorless blender. But anyway. So we picked this color up with a colorless blender, and now we're going to go in the opposite direction that we went in before. So now we're going in the opposite direction that we went in before, and this will create a nice little blue-green color and a blue-green gradient with the colors sort of transitioning into each other a little bit. As you can see, and it looks pretty nice, so that when you get to the end, you see how it looks. You see how it goes from, let me lift it up and show you. You see how it goes from the from it. I had more hand-eye coordination, I could do it better, but it goes from the blue all the way up to the green and back and forth. So you can do that too. So that's about it. But let me show you some of the, the other thing is that since I made a slight mess with this, not to worry, it's water soluble. You get just a little bit of water and you can clean that up mostly. You can mostly clean that up, and that'll look a lot better. So I ended up getting it on my hands because I wasn't really being careful, because I was more interested in getting things in the shot. So just showing you some of the many different ways you can use these in your adult coloring books. Everything from just using the color as a plain color, going from using the colorless blender to go from dark to light, creating a blended color, and transitioning between two colors. You can do that, as well as creating a gradient from a light to a dark color. So that's about it, and I hope that you guys have enjoyed that. And this is, again, the set that I got. I really want to thank the folks at Tombow for sending me this set out. And if you like the video, leave a comment below. Let me know if you've used markers before, or if you're new to markers, down in the comments. Let me know what other sorts of things you want to see in the channel. And thank you again for watching it. I really appreciate your patience with the cats. So thank you guys, and I will see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.